Welcome everyone, it's Derek and Polly here at Cruise1st TV with a major news update from Royal Caribbean, the cruise line with family fun for everyone and exciting new ships to enjoy.
That's right. Now in this show, we're going to bring you the news that brand new Far East itineraries have just been announced out of Shanghai on board Spectrum of the Seas. That's from next May through to April in 2027. And we've got a corking offer going this year in September, and it includes a stay in Shanghai.
Yes, we have. And Royal Caribbean's latest Icon-class ship, Legend of the Seas, is preparing for her launch next summer, sailing a season out of Barcelona before heading to the Caribbean. Well, we've got a magical med cruise for early October next year and a cracking deal on her repositioning cruise out to Fort Lauderdale in late October, with more nights of cruise for a cracking price tag. And these both need reserving right now with low deposits. Remember what happened with Icon of the Seas is what I will say to you right now.
It's a very good point.
Yeah.
Now, they're all on sale right now with our team here at Cruise1st. So let's head to Shanghai first to cruise Spectrum of the Seas in September. We'll fly out on the 8th. We're cruising Japan, but first, let's have a 2-night hotel stay in Shanghai itself. And we've also included a sightseeing tour to show you around while you're here. This amazing place. So much going on. The Shanghai Tower Observation deck is lovely. To go up there, it's the second tallest building in the world, and just to get that and see the city's skyline is amazing. There's the Bund Night Cruise, where you get to see sort of the skyline from the water and it's all lit up. There's a lovely little tour where you can do the Shanghai dumpling tour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but that'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Trying all the different dumplings. All the food, absolutely delicious.
Yeah, not the same kind of dumpling we have with stew here in the UK. That's very different. Then it's time for us to cruise. Here we are on the mighty Spectrum of the Seas for 8 nights. Of course, she was built, designed and customised for sailing in this part of the world. So she's got a little bit of an Eastern twist on board.
Of course, and which means whether it's the styling, whether it's the food, but it's got all your kind of Royal Caribbean favourites on board as well, which we've all grown to know and love because we just love Royal Caribbean, don't we? What do we love about it? Well, I think we love the dining. Look at all the incredible restaurants, all the lovely swimming pools, the activities on board. The shows are amazing. I mean, Broadway style performances, you've got magic shows, live music, and it's all happening every single night. Something different for you to go and enjoy.
And you know, the funny thing is, and we never really talk about it with Royal Caribbean because we're all about, you know, fun, thrill, splashing around, jumping around, doing all of these thrill things. But actually, when you walk around, and we've seen some of it in the video so far here, when you see the artwork through the ship, it's really fantastic. I mean, there's kinetic sculptures going on, there's great big art installations, and you kind of find yourself sometimes thinking, I'm in this like real bubble of a world that is not only great fun, but it's beautiful as well.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that was one of the things that astounded me on my first cruise, was how amazing the art is on board. I mean, you've got like world-class art.
I know, it's just something that you really don't expect to see, and it kind of adds something to the holiday. Again, like I say this all the time, you kind of do get lost in this kind of little world. You almost even forget that you're on a ship even.
Ah, I know. And so Spectrum of the Seas, you mentioned, it's got a nod to the area she sails in. And one of those things is the experiences on board. You can actually do a sushi making class.
Oh.
A pro sushi maker shows you how to do it. Imagine taking those skills home, showing off.
Yeah, that would
Would you
be
like
good.
to come around for some homemade sushi?
Yeah, imagine the next dinner party. You'd be like, hello, what's going on here? Well, this is handmade sushi, handmade by these hands. Thank you very much. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Really, really impressive. Anyway, let us set out on this wonderful tour of Japan. We've got 8 nights on board Spectrum, and we're leaving out of Shanghai.
Oh, arriving in Sakai Minato. Now here you've got Matsuri and traditional festivals. They're happening all the time, and they include colourful parades and dance celebrating Japanese traditions. So seek out when you're going, find out and take part. Be brilliant. Osaka is next, the home of the Shinkansen bullet train ride. I mean, that goes so fast.
Oh, yeah.
Just so fun. Just to get on, just to go to the first stop. I mean, they stop about every 15 minutes and just go back again. Go, I've been on the bullet train. It'd be fun, wouldn't it?
Nice.
Nagata is next. Now, here there's a gorgeous rice fields tour. You experience the heart of Japan's rice production, learn how it's cultivated, and of course, Beautiful scenery as well. I mean, we're just taking a snapshot there. It just looks amazing, doesn't it?
Very nice.
It's Hakodate in Japan next. Here you can take the ropeway up to the top of Mount Hakodate. You've got spectacular views of the harbour and the city below. Very, very beautiful as well.
You can cruise on the lakes underneath it as well.
Oh, it just looks so serene, doesn't it? A couple of days at sea and you're back into Shanghai. You come off the cruise ship, but we've got a further night in a hotel for you as well. Oh, what are you going to do while you're here? Well, what about going to Disneyland? Doing all those epic rides. There's also fantastic shopping as well. The day and night is yours before you catch your flight home to the UK.
And actually, the bonus of having another night at the end of the cruise is you're bound to meet somebody on the cruise and say to them, oh yeah, we had a couple of nights in Shanghai before we came on the cruise. And they will say to you, oh, did you do the so-and-so and so-and-so? And you'll be like, oh, no, I didn't actually. But that gives you the chance with the extra night in Shanghai to actually be able to catch up and do that. Because, you know, Shanghai, it's not exactly Scunthorpe, is it? It's not just down the road somewhere. It's quite a way away, like the other side of the world. Again, here at Cruise1st, we are amazing at finding the needle in the haystack for you and to bring you such an ace and brand new package for September. This has only just been released. So if you want to get in on the action right now, we are looking at a price tag that you would not imagine for this part of the world at all, would you? Under £2,000 each. We really have come up trumps here. This is your flights to and from Shanghai, and it's a total of 3 nights hotel stay there, 2 before you cruise, where we've included a sightseeing tour in Shanghai before you actually then cruise with Royal Caribbean on the awesome Spectrum of the Seas, Quantum Ultra Class. So it's got all the fun stuff, the North Star, the iFly, the Flow Rider, the incredible dining, and a ship created for sailing wonderful ports in this part of the world. And of course, we're sailing Japan with 8 fun-filled nights back into Shanghai for another night in a hotel before the flight back to the UK. Here's everything that is included. Plus, on this particular date, if you upgrade to the Ocean View, for an extra $199 per person for your 8-night cruise, we'll make it a balcony for free. How about that? Now, there are similar cruises and offers on sale with us now, from pretty much now, in fact, right the way through to April in 2027. They've just released some of the itineraries in late 26 and early 27. So if you really want to get ahead of the game, low deposits right now will get you booked in for those. So talk to the team right now about prices for other dates. The number's 0800 953 4700. Of course, we're here to talk to you 7 days a week. It's funny, you know, wherever you want to cruise around the world, there absolutely is a cruise waiting for you. It's amazing. So many people say, oh yeah, I'd love to do the Far East. I'd love to do Japan. I'd love to do, you know, Thailand, Malaysia and things like that. Doing a cruise, you can tie lots of those places together in one holiday and make it something really, really special. And actually, when you run the numbers on it compared to booking your own this, that and the other, making your own arrangements, whatever, it really, really does give so many other land holidays a run for their money. And listen, when it comes to putting holidays like this together, I have to say, and now it's going to sound biased coming from me because I work for Cruise1st and have done for over 10 years now, but honestly, I see the work that goes on in the background, the work that goes into putting together these amazing deals. And remember, as a company, Cruise1st have been doing this for over 25 years.
With 25 years of travel expertise, when booking with Cruise1st, you can be sure that you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We work with all the major cruise lines to bring you the most comprehensive selection of exclusive deals you won't find anywhere else. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. As a fully bonded member of APTA and ATOL Protected, you have the peace of mind that your booking is always safe with us. We've been here on your TV screens for over a decade, making us the longest-running cruise channel in the UK. We make it easy to budget for your dream holiday. With many of our deals, just pay a deposit today and you then have until your due date to pay the balance. Plus, we're one of the highest-rated cruise agents on Trustpilot, with over 7,000 independent reviews. This all means that you can be fully confident when booking your next exciting adventure with Cruise1st.
It's great, you know, it really is, because it means that absolutely you can put your trust and your faith into not only getting the best price tags, but actually having the team behind us that are used to making these arrangements, because it's day to day to day, it's what we do. And as soon as sailings are released, even if they're 2.5 years away, we will get straight in there and build a package there for you and say, okay, well, just give us a low deposit right now and you've got your holiday sorted in 1.5 years' time, 2 years' time away, and you've got a brilliant price tag, which once you've got your deposit in, that's it, price locked. It's fantastic. It's a huge risk we take as a business actually doing that, but you know what? Seems to have paid off for the last 25 years, so we'll carry on regardless.
We'll keep doing it, won't we? Right, next up, another new arrival from Royal Caribbean. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And unbelievably, we've already been talking about the third ship in the Icon class. It is the new Legend of the Seas. Now, it launches in Europe next summer before she heads off to the Caribbean. Now we have her penultimate cruise out of Barcelona for 7 nights, flying out on the 11th of October next year and straight to the port to join Legend of the Seas. I mean, we are excited. We know bits and bobs, don't we?
Yeah,
it's been drip fed to us.
And the news is coming out all the time, which is absolutely brilliant. What we do know, and again, I can't stress this enough, is when Icon of the Seas launched, which was only early last year, your ability to be able to get onto Icon of the Seas it's just so difficult. There's Star of the Seas, which is the second of the Icon class. Bear in mind, these are around about 7,000 passengers on board potentially, and we're already talking about Icon number 3 in the class, which is Legend of the Seas. So the reason we're telling you about this right now so ahead of time is that we were slightly behind the curve and didn't realise the huge demand there would be when the first Icon launched early last year, because she has a waiting list around the world. Literally, it is ridiculous. So we are getting you ahead of the rest. And there's nothing like these ships anywhere else in the world.
No.
It could only be Royal Caribbean.
I mean, Icon class is spectacular.
Yeah.
We saw before the water park. Oh, look there. I mean, the rides, it's not just a slide. Like, they are the coolest, most spectacular water parks ever. There's so much going on board. So they have split it into neighbourhoods. There's different areas on board the cruise ship. So let's have a look at some of the neighbourhoods. The Aquadome, that's got the Aqua Theatre. Oh, about the show, the Aqua Theatre show. That's amazing. So it's kind of like a Cirque du Soleil show, and where some of it's on land, we'll say, some of it in water. It's
so some of it's high dive and some of it's slack line.
I saw like a behind the scenes training video of these acrobatists. I mean, just amazing.
And it's inside as well, so you're enjoying the show inside. I mean, honestly, if this ship, on any of the cruises on this one, if this ship went absolutely nowhere, you would have the greatest time and feel like you've gone to another planet almost.
I know, really, the activities, weather, but it's got all the Royal Caribbean favourites on board as well. So if you really like Royal Caribbean, you're going to love it, because it's that elevated with so much more. I mean, when it comes to eating, there's like 40 eateries on board. You've got somewhere different, certainly for every night of your holiday. But whether you just want to do main dining or buffet as well, I mean, the Royal Caribbean buffets, oh my goodness.
And we talk about Royal Caribbean being great for families, and the way the Icon class ships are set out is that there's a district for adults only, for calm, for peace, for tranquility, and then you've got family destinations and districts
fun and activity.
Well,
the neighbourhoods are all split,
which
aren't they?
Which is really good. And again, all the favourites we've known from the previous classes of Royal Caribbean ship as well. Listen, we'll talk more about her as we go through, but we've got our 7-night cruise.
Arriving first in Mallorca, coming out of Barcelona. I mean, here you've got lovely beaches, but a nice thing to do might be a city highlights tour. We can arrange that for you. You can book it on the ship or when you get there. Next, it's going to be Marseille. Marseille in France. Oh my goodness, we can arrange some wine tasting for you. There's some amazing vineyards out there, or perhaps you just want to do your own research, get your own taxi and take the day at your leisure. Either way, you must do some lovely wine tasting there. La Spezia next in Italy. Oh, great tours here. But because Icon's so amazing, don't feel that you've got to get off the cruise ship. You can stay on board and just enjoy yourself while you're there. This Icon cruise ship, Legend of the Seas. I mean, that's something you might want to do. Civitavecchia is the port for Rome next. I mean, do you need me to tell you what you want to do in Rome? Do you need a guided excursion, or just want to walk around and go, wow, yeah, all those things that you've wanted to do, you can do that all in one day while you're there. It's on to Naples next. I mean, here is the port for Pompeii. We are talking history. So if you're a bit of a culture vulture and you're a history buff, you will be in your element. I mean, they're finding things all the time, aren't they? New artifacts. It's always popping up in the news, which is fantastic. A day at sea takes you back into Barcelona, where you'll come off the cruise ship and get your flight home going, oh my goodness, pinch me, did that really just happen? The best holiday ever.
Yeah, and you'll want to book another one either while you're still on this one or as soon as you get back. And of course, we will be here to help you do that as well. But what we're doing right now is giving you the chance to be one of the early birds on the brand new Legend of the Seas in October next year. So it's 7 nights of cruise and your flights in and out of Barcelona. Reserve it right now with a deposit of just £199 each. And seriously, this is one of the most immersive cruise experiences that there is on Earth. The Icon class with Royal Caribbean is so all-consuming and so in demand. I mean, so in demand you would not believe. That's why we're already talking about Icon class ship number 3. So I would get in right now. There are other dates for this cruise from next August through to October, where Legend is in Barcelona. So grab the cruises now before they sell out, because it's not just us here in the UK that are booking these cruises, it's across Europe as well. Now this date, of course, will include your flights to and from Barcelona and your 7-night Icon class sailing on the mighty new Legend of the Seas, enjoying the incredible variety of spaces and places that make these ships the most exciting talking point in cruising. So here's what's included. You have been warned, because we know what happened with Icon. Trying to get on an Icon cruise right now is so difficult. Of course, she's out in the Caribbean right now doing those 7-night Caribbean sailings, as will Legend of the Seas being as well. But she's launching here in Europe next summer. So while she's here with us in Barcelona, which is local to us if you think about it, in the cruising world, that's quite local to us. On this particular date as well, we've got an ocean view to balcony upgrade as well. So if you want to upgrade to a balcony, just pay the ocean view price right now for an extra $159 and we'll bump you up to balcony. You are very welcome. That balcony could be looking out to sea, or maybe into one of the neighbourhoods, maybe looking into Central Park, or into one of the promenades, or, you know, it could be anywhere. Talk to the team right now, 0800 953 4700, and other dates for the cruise from August through to October next year, while Legend is in Barcelona before she heads off to the Caribbean, which will be our next offer actually. The cruise that takes her from Barcelona out to the Caribbean is where we are going next, and there are some other selected dates between August and October where we can offer that ocean view price, bumping you up to balcony as well. So talk to the team on 0800 953 4700. Of course, it goes without saying that if you want to stay in Barcelona, we can sort that out for you as well. Again, just talk to us. It's free to talk to us. 0800 953 4700.
Now we're going to stay with Legend of the Seas now, because everyone's talking about her. And after her summer next season, next year out of Barcelona, she's heading for the Caribbean, as Derek said. And you could book now for her repositioning cruise. It's 13 nights long, enjoying everything that this beauty has to offer. We'll fly you out first to Barcelona on the 24th of October next year. That's the day before the cruise, so you can enjoy a night in a hotel in Barcelona first, which is a beautiful city. It's full of art, full of culture. You'll absolutely love it. But if you're not into that, don't worry. You can take a tapas tour. That would be lovely. That takes you on all the local bars. So a bit of something for everyone there.
And of course, it means that you are there in Barcelona in plenty of time, worry-free, for when you check in on board Legend of the Seas. And this is one of the longest itineraries you will possibly see in the next 2 years on this ship as well, because this is the cruise that's repositioning her from Barcelona out to the States, where she's going to be Caribbean cruising as well, and she will stay out there for a good long time as well. So this is that. We talk about these repositioning cruises all the time. They are basically where, yes, you will spend more time at sea, but who's complaining about that?
This is the whole attraction to this.
Absolutely.
Just, you don't have to leave, you just get to experience. I mean, look at that, a fairground on board a cruise ship. Who else could do it other than Royal Caribbean? Now, before we were just talking about the neighbourhoods, so the family one is called Thrill Island, which is where you find the water parks, 6 different water slides. You've got race ones, the raft ones, Frightening Bolt, Pressure Drop, Storm Chasers, Hurricane Hunter and Storm Surge. They don't sound family friendly. They sound quite scary actually, but no, they'll be brilliant as well. You've got Crown Edge there too. That's the rope course, sea walk combination over the ocean.
Yes, so actually part of that, yes, you are almost sort of like dangling over the edge of the ship. And bear in mind, this is no ordinary ship. You know, these Icon class ships are the biggest ships in the world. So that's going to be quite some challenge to take on, and quite some sort of proud boast when you've done it.
Oh, they've got an ice rink on board, which, yeah.
Of course they have.
Of course they have.
The Royal Caribbean.
Amazing shows that you get to see, but then also family skating, perhaps in the day. You know, where else could you do it except Royal Caribbean? I mean, all these incredible, like crazy, exciting, out this world experiences. But then perhaps you just want to go on a cruise ship and do a bit of karaoke. You know,
yeah,
they have that too. It's like everybody's catered for.
It's so good. And listen, if you know, it's great for families, as we said, but if you do want to get away from it all, get yourself into the Hideaway. Adults only, lots of ocean views, place to chill out, relax, enjoy the infinity pool that's suspended over the edge of the ship as well. It's got its own bar next to it. Think Vegas pool vibe. That's that Ooh. Part of the ship. But you know what? There is never, no one is ever short of anything to do on this ship. That's the Aqua Dome there. You
just
can
one
see.
Of their theatres. Obviously, there's the other theatre as
yeah,
well. You know, I mean, imagine that, just one. That's just their Aqua Theatre. This is going to be incredible. Whether you just like eating in all these incredible restaurants, whether you like amazing entertainment, whether you like chilling out and relaxing, or whatever you want to do, it's for everyone and for all generations.
And this is one of the very, very few times to spend this long on this ship without booking 2 cruises. So 13 nights then out of Barcelona.
Arriving in Alicante. Here they've got a lovely old town. Stroll through the charming streets filled with colourful buildings, cafes, local shops, do a bit of people watching. You'll love it there. It's on to Malaga next. Here you've got the Alcazaba and Roman Theatre. The Alcazaba Fortress is a really impressive Moorish palace. It overlooks the city, and then of course the Roman Theatre below. You've also got the Picasso Museum there as well. On to Cadiz next. Here you have got the experience, or the opportunity to experience, a flamenco show. This is the home of it, a traditional performance. There's music as well, and maybe have a lesson while you're there as well. Then you have 9 fabulous days at sea, appreciating everything that this incredible brand new cruise shop has to offer before arriving in Fort Lauderdale, where you come off the cruise ship and you get your flight home.
Yeah, absolutely. And that will be the most magical time as well, because with a ship like this, the last thing you would want is to come off a cruise on a ship that is so big and epic, having only seen that much of it. And that's where a cruise like this is. One, it's amazing value for money, but that wonderful transatlantic crossing there will be treasured time with you and your other half, treasured time with the family. Everyone can go off in different directions. Everyone can enjoy everything throughout the whole ship. The big ship thing is so popular with families, but not just with families either, with couples, with multi-generational groups as well. There are various staterooms, family connected staterooms and whatever you want, we can make it happen on this. So this is that magic cruise. When Legend launches, she cruises Barcelona next summer through to October, and this is that cruise that repositions her out to the States for Caribbean cruising. So you can grab more nights of cruise for an incredible price tag here. Again, deposits of just £199 each today will get this locked in for you. And that is amazing. And remember, that flies you back at the end of the cruise as well. It flies you out to Barcelona at the beginning. Then you have that fantastic cruise, which is just ridiculous. You won't find many 13-night cruises on this ship ever. I'm predicting right now with my crystal ball. Just given what's happened with Icon of the Seas, she went straight out to the Caribbean. She's doing 7-night itineraries. So if you wanted 13 nights on Icon of the Seas right now, you'd have to book 2 cruises. With this one, you're doing 13 nights in 1 cruise. And this is the cruise that the world, Royal Caribbean fans around the world, of which there are millions, this is the kind of cruise that they're waiting for. Extra nights of cruising for a great price. Enjoy all the fun stuff on the brand new Legend of the Seas. Flight out to Barcelona, or 1 night in a hotel in Barcelona as well, so you're there in plenty of time for your 13-night cruise, exploring all of the districts, chilling in Central Park, enjoying the massive sun deck, the family zones, the chill island for the adults, the famous promenade with its parades and shopping bars and lounges. You're going to absolutely love it. You end the cruise in Fort Lauderdale, and then we fly you back to the UK. Or of course, you might want to stick around a little bit longer. Here's everything that's included. And honestly, I know that we have laboured the point on this one, but I kind of feel like we owe it to you as well. Icon of the Seas kind of came along and kind of took us all a bit by surprise. We knew it was coming. What we didn't know, and what Royal Caribbean didn't know when it launched actually, was just how popular worldwide it would be. There is something magical about this class of ship because it's everything you've loved from every class of ship that Royal Caribbean have brought out so far. It's amplified everything to such a huge degree that the waiting list is around the block. So listen to the advice.
And I've also just noticed that's the beginning of half term, so you could maybe get all the family together, the grandkids, the kids.
Oh, okay.
And have a bit of an epic half-term holiday.
Oh, fantastic. And I know school holidays can vary, depending on where you are, but if that fits for the half term, go for it. Polly's sizing it up already. I can see it. And, I wouldn't blame you either. It's a really, really good idea. If you want to add more nights in Barcelona before you cruise on that one, again, just talk to the team. And, oh yeah, we've got some options at the end of the cruise that you can add to that as well. So when you arrive in Fort Lauderdale, if you want a couple of nights in Miami, we can do that for an extra $199 per person. We can do 3 nights in Orlando for $199 per person. We can do 3 nights in Las Vegas for $599 per person, and the same price if you want to add 3 nights in New York. And maybe you want to...
All of them! I want to do all of that.
Well, I was going to say, you might want to butt a couple of those together, Orlando, Vegas, then New York. Talk to the team, we can make it happen for you. That's what we do. We tailor holidays precisely to you, and we'll cost it all up for you. 0800 953 4700. But seriously, take the advice. You saw what happened with Icon. We know what's happened with Star. So we are really ahead of the curve when it comes to the brand new Legend of the Seas. Just looks super. I love new ships anyway.
I do. I mean, they just literally make your cruising dreams become a reality. Absolutely amazing. Don't miss out. For more deals, head over to the website. It's Cruise1st.tv. Don't remember, we are at the end of the phone as well on 0800 953 4700.
Yeah, we're there 7 days a week as well. So it's never a bad time to give us a call. And remember, we're paying for that call as well. Anyway, listen, we need to pop off, but we'll pop back in just a couple of minutes.